Well, Cassady is one of the kind of people that you know, he's so he was such an overwhelming trip. Cassady, I don't know. It's hard to even know what to say about Cassady. He was so singular. I mean, it's just, well, for one thing, he was like the best, the ultimate sight gag person. You know what I mean? Physical comedy person. You know? Plus, he was also the world's best stand-up comic too.
I had places playing in the Thousand Islands many years ago. I used to be in the dressing business up there. In the early days in the Thousand Islands, we used to tee off on one island, drive to the other.
How far is it from one island to the other?
Oh, about a mile.
Really? You could drive a mile?
We used to putt a quarter of a mile. Of course, we had to have the wind behind us.
Well, Neal Cassady we all knew about because of Jack Kerouac's book on the road, which came out in 1957, which was the year Kesey and I both graduated from college. And it was a big...
would do things that would impress you about him, but it wasn't that as time went by, it wasn't that it impressed you about him so much. It was that it opened a door to another way to react.
And, so he knew about Kesey, so one afternoon he drove up to Kesey's, and Kesey lived on Prairie Lane, and right by across the street from the Stanford Golf Course. And he...
Little too much whip in that club, Nimrod. Now stand clear, boy, and keep your eye on the ball. By the way, did you bring a ball with you?
Of course. And he drove in his Jeepster, and kablam, the rear end went out. And he spent the whole afternoon under working on the rear end, talking all the time, going wrong.
I'm tending bar one time down the Lower East Side in New York. A tough woman comes in there by the name of Chicago Molly. I cautioned her, none of your picadillos in here. There was some hot lunch on the bar comprising of succotash, Philadelphia cream cheese, and asparagus with mayonnaise. She dips her mitt down into this melange. I'm yawning at the time, and she hits me right in the mug with it. I jumps over the bar.
Time going wrong this curve, set up for that, unless you got a flat or fence to change either way. You know what it amounted to? I found out you could throw in the reverse anything under 10 miles an hour. Oh, gosh, good old granny. Well, you know, going wrong this curve, set up for that.
But I did call him Ginsey and Mother Ginsburg sometimes, like Neal did. But he didn't like it. I mean, he didn't like it when Neal called him those things. And I was trying to tell him this story I'm going to tell you about Neal. He said, "Oh, no, I don't want to hear it. If you really want to know, Bob, William Burroughs and I started the whole beatnik movement. Those other people had hardly nothing to do with it."
Neal was parking cars. I told him, look, I want you on the railroad with me. They'll be calling me back to work pretty soon. It was always very seasonal in those days. And I said, I want a buddy on the railroad.
Sitting on the goddamn table in the patio, wailing away on the goddamn saxophone, like nothing had happened at all.
Is our subconscious, or soul mind, our thought, our consciousness even, is in that same fourth dimension. We are actually fourth-dimensional beings in a third-dimensional body happening in a second-dimensional world. I know when I say second-dimensional, these primary movements like elementals. What I was thinking of.
The lag is the 1/30 of a second that it takes for a thought to traverse from your brain to your mouth, to your fingers or whatever. It's also the amount of time it takes for your eye to see something and it to register on the brain and become something.
That's why I say the 9th defeat, and then the 10th, you're out.
It is a fixed thing that is in all of us, but that Cassady talked about all the time because he said race car drivers going at 250 to 300 miles an hour have to be able to shorten the lag down to react to the impending doom that is on their wheel at every turn. And so he was always talking about that, how to lick the lag. And so we licked the lag a lot, but you know, left a funny taste in your mouth, kind of metallic.
the smoking and everything.
So anyway, but Neal would drive that way. It's too awkward to turn and talk to people and drive with your right foot. So he would just turn in the seat and put his left foot down and just hold the gas pedal on the floor. That's to go. And he would look, and in a half a second, he would completely process everything that there was, side roads, traffic, traffic lights, signs, everything. He would process the whole thing for maybe a quarter of a mile out. And so he knows, well, okay, he's got 15 seconds before he even gets there. And he knows what the road is because that's part of the process, you know, so.
Myself, I hope. But I picked this up and turned right to the page in the very sentence I left off.
My life is, I mean, psychedelics and Neal Cassady are almost equal in terms of influence on me. I mean, using words. Like, he wasn't a musician, he was a Neal Cassady. You know what I mean? He was like a set of one. You know?
A little bit. Natural catastrophes are happening everywhere. All the forms are dead. I mean, you know, you can handle, say you talk to a policeman, you know, all forms are known. Come in here yesterday and jumped and jittery around, and so it looked like I was high, so I just let people think I was high. Everybody has forms, everything's known, and the forms are changing. There's no life in the forms.
And I had no fear of, I never worried about whether I was going to lose my life riding in a car with him. I didn't worry about whether I was going to. I knew I was going to. But
You gotta stay inside from here on. In Texas and the South, you
just like racing over San Francisco, you know, like the San Francisco, say the Pacific Heights, you know.
They let you ride through Texas, hanging out, squirming, your head around bridges, and I pass close, but not too close. That's why I
at like 65 miles an hour, you know, making those hills and those corners and going through the signals and in the middle of traffic. Just
God, he pulled his arm weary one night. We all watched him do it. That's right, Mike. We saw you.
Traffic, just I'm doing things where
No, he eased off after that. As soon as I said it.
We can't possibly make this corner. Don't even try it. And Neal is like doesn't even look like he's paying attention.
Straight thing, and the camera's way at the back of the bus and shooting up there, and Cassady's driving, and he's looking back there, and he's trying to get somebody to give him something to drink, and we're all talking, not paying any attention. The bus is moving down the road 60 miles an hour. He gets up, and he just leaves the wheel. The bus is moving through there, and the wind is blowing, and finally the bus lurches, and he falls back in his seat.
Neal was the Mercury of the pranksters. He was the messenger. He was the one that hooked people up, people who should know each other. That was Neal's job.
He was a man. Neal Cassady was a man who liked to shake your hand. A man who could electrify the air wherever he ran. Neal Cassady was a man.
Well, now stop all that abstraction. Now, what'd you say? All right.
Neal Cassady was a man. Highways, streets, and sidewalks, he could drive as good as anyone alive. He could drive. He could drive a point. He could drive a car. He drove round, over, under, far. Neal could drive a car. Gregory said he was the smartest man I ever met. Corso said, yeah, the smartest man I ever met. That doesn't mean he never placed a losing bet. Could transport a room into an unknown dimension. At first, I thought he was from another dimension. He could slapstick away the class pretensions. Sister, brother, class pretensions. He smoked tea and liked the girls. A one-man sex fanatic surge. He inspired Kerouac with his mind and don't look back style. He loved Allen Ginsberg. Neal was a walking, talking urge. I seen him when he had him rolling in the aisle. He had to have his kicks and master of tricks to tear through the cool, his desire to connect. Pushed by his hot, penetrant tool, he gambled his life and broke many a rule. He was a goof, but Neal was no fool. He had families, he had jobs, he drove the further bus. He knew responsibility, he had regrets.
and visions of Jesus. He liked to shake your hand. Neal Cassady was a man. Neal Cassady was a man.
So it's a pleasure to shake your hand to know that I'm talking to a man. I mean, I'm not talking to someone who can seriously even conceive of running over a guy's foot in the driveway because of preconcept. He said, "What do you mean? What do you mean? Let it go. What do you mean?" He said, "What did they do? Are you a mixed crowd?" No. Not even political. But boy, his eyes came right with me all the way, and boy, he was talking to me like a brother.